Unwire, rewire, and hardwire your brain to create the life that you love. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. On this channel, my purpose is to help you leave the habits behind that are dragging you down and literally are brain draining habits. What I want you to do is create a life that is brain boosting so that when you get up every day, you're on purpose, you're confident, you feel good, and you put your brain in the zone to accomplish what you want. And what you want in your life is very different from what other people want in their lives. Likely, it's very different from what the people in your life want for your life. So you have to gain strength in your journey. So here's the 3 things we're going to talk about. How do you unwire your brain? 2, how do you rewire your brain? And 3, how do you hardwire in that new, better brain pattern so that you can literally ride off into the sunset and become the best version of yourself? Okay, number 1, unwiring bad habits that you may have developed. Now, these habits can be actual actions or behaviors, but my contention is that actions and behaviors actually fall out of what's happening in your mind. So what needs to happen first and foremost is a framework shift in your mindset. And that will change your thoughts, which will change your actions if you make an action step based upon a new thought, which will change your attitude, which will change your personality for the better. And you know me, I think personalities are a culmination of our thoughts, behaviors, actions, emotions, and attitudes. So ultimately, it will change your personality. And what it will do is improve your life and literally improve your brain, because if you're able to do those things, your brain will start making that beautiful optimal processing speed in the middle and will stay out of these extremes of overwhelm and slow running brain that has difficulty processing, or a fast running brain that is anxious and stressed out and can't stay calm and in the zone. So how do you do that? Here's your challenge, and this is part of your brain tip today, is that what I want you to do is think of one negative thought that you've had today. Hopefully you've only had one. Hopefully you haven't had a million. But I want you to take one negative thought, write it down. So if you think that you can't do something today, write it down. I can't accomplish my dreams. Then in another column, I want you to write down what you actually can do, because most of our fears and most of our negative thoughts aren't actually true. My great mentor, Dr. Daniel Amen, says that they're automatic negative thoughts, ants, and they come marching in without your permission. So when it marches in, change it. That's the framework shift. Shift the thought from I can't do this job today to I can and I will, and then take one action step towards it. So one example is if you owe $10,000 in credit card debt and you're like, I'm never going to get out of debt. That's an automatic negative thought. It's not true. If you want to get out of debt, you can get out of debt. And that's a story for a different day, how you can just attract that money to you if you want to. But if you want to get out of debt, you can. So then you change that to, I'm going to get out of debt fast. And then you just write a check or you do a transfer for $10. Even if it's $1, if that's all you can afford, you are setting the intention that you are going to do that, and then you're taking an action step towards it. And it will change the way that your brain operates, and you'll become a forward-minded person instead of a lack person who's looking back to the mistakes of the past. So that's how you change your mind. That's an unwire. Number 2, rewiring would actually be the action step in the new thought towards the goal that you want to achieve. So you're unwiring your brain and rewiring your brain simultaneously. But I'm here to tell you, as a brain health professional and a neurofeedback practitioner, that you really should get a brain training tool. And you know, I'm a fan of the Muse 2 headband. And if you visit my website, I can hook you up with a 15% off discount for that headband. If not, just go to Amazon, get it. It will start training your brain in the right direction. It's an essential tool so that your brain is rewiring itself in the right direction. So how do you hardwire in that new, better brain pattern? All those negative thoughts that come marching in, you come up with a new thought, and then you put a new action step in place based upon the new, empowering, optimistic, confident thought that you can in fact accomplish your goals. And when you do that, the more and more and more you do that, you will be creating a new, better brain pattern, especially if you're rewiring your brain in the right direction using the headband. And it works like this. If you think you can't pay your bills and then you don't do anything about it and your bills stack up, that is a negative feedback loop. And that creates more stress and anxiety for your brain. And then you think, I'm never going to get out of debt. And your debt just keeps piling up and you keep thinking it's going to. So of course it does. And then you don't take any action steps. So of course it does. Now we're going to change that negative feedback loop using Hebb's Law, Rewire, and anti-Hebbian learning, Unwire. And what we're going to do is you're going to say, I'm going to get out of debt. Then you're going to take an action step that's going to decrease your stress. And you're going to pay a little bit of that bill. And you're going to start moving forward, and that's going to rewire your brain. And the more you do that, it's going to hardwire in the new, better brain pattern that allows you to know that you can accomplish anything you want to. No matter how bad you have it right now, you can completely accomplish any goal you set your mind to using your neural energy. Okay, now go for it. Go do this. And remember, control your brain or it'll control you.